IG, Brand Barnes, Savannah Jamerson. Go ahead.
Hi, I go by Ezgi, and I stand here before you today to talk about my experiences at Ida B. Wells Middle College. I attended in September. I was there for about 2 months before the entire program became dismantled. I became uninterested along with many other students. A little backstory as to why I'm here today. I was born in Turkey. My parents decided to move to Seattle, the United States in general, so that my sister and I could get a good education. I'm here and I'm looking for a good education. I had that opportunity, but it got taken away from me. The frustrating part about this is that from the surface, everything seems to appear okay with middle college, but what's actually happening is that the entire program, the entire curriculum has been destroyed. Students like myself are running around like headless chickens. I currently don't know what to do with myself. I am looking at different options. I might consider getting a GED. I've tried going to my local public high school. I've tried Running Start, but nothing excited me the way that middle college did, particularly the Ida B. Wells curriculum. So I would like to know why this is happening and why, if the goal is to close the achievement gap, why is this being taken away from us? Because it is proven to be a very successful program. I know because I was very engaged in this school. Students like myself were on the road to be successful scholars, and that had been taken away from us. I thank you for your time, and I would like you to consider what I'm saying, as well as the other students, and we've been here before.
Thank you. Brand Barnes.
Hello. I'm also here to speak about Wells School and the similar alternative programs and amending policies to allow board oversight of program site closure and placement. You've all, or at least many of you, have heard from myself or my peers, and many of you have expressed support for these programs, so I know that you morally agree that education must be more inclusive and culturally competent so that we can close this education gap and end the school-to-prison pipeline. You must also agree, pragmatically, with the success of Wells School and sister programs as demonstrated by the numerous testimonies we've already given. But just as a reminder of the power of these alternative programs possess, I graduated from Wells School for Social Justice in 2009 and expect to graduate in 3 weeks from Seattle Pacific University with a double bachelor's in history and sociology. I will continue my education at a master's in history program in Denmark this coming fall. At this transition point in my life, I look back and attribute this success to my experience at Wells. It's hard to imagine going to school, much less going to graduate school, without Wells. My time there fostered the respect for education and sense of personal agency that has carried me throughout my life ever since. But most importantly, it showed me what it truly means to engage in my own reality and the reality of others. To actively love and to challenge inequalities that limit people's expressions and of their humanity. I would personally describe this process as liberating us from unknowingly repeating cycles of tragedy that are far too common in disadvantaged communities. Wells School prepared me both as a white man and as a human being to consciously navigate and engage in topics of social change that are pressingly relevant today. But I know this board, if you had the oversight power that we're asking for today, you would not have shut down Wells School or gutted Wells School and shut down the High Point location. So I would love you to consider amending these policies and so that opportunities like the ones that I have been given are available to all young minds despite class, sex, gender, or race. Thank you.
Thank you. Savannah Jamerson.
My name is Savannah Jamerson, and I'd like to cede my time to Elisa Enrico. Hello, I am asking you to authorize the board oversight of program or site closure and placement decisions. I cannot express in 2 minutes the magnitude that this curriculum at Middle College did for me. I graduated from Seattle Central Middle College High School in 1997. I was on the road to death. I was on the road to jail. I did not care. I wasn't always that way. In elementary school, I was considered gifted, IPP, APP, advanced placement. I could have graduated early had I cared, but I didn't care anymore because the school system, the regular system, failed me. I did not see myself. I did not want to be there. By 5th grade, I was done. I didn't feel you had, not you personally, but the system had anything to offer me. Middle college saved my life. The college environment, the curriculum. I saw myself. I loved myself. I wanted to learn. I was reignited. Since then, not only did I graduate high school, but I went on to get a Bachelor's of Fine Arts, magna cum laude, from Virginia Commonwealth University. I got a Master's of Fine Arts, straight A's all the way through. I was not only prepared for college, I was over-prepared for university. I then went on. I am a teacher. I teach my students in the same vein that I was taught at Middle College. I use the same books, the same curriculum, and they too are often considered trash, throwaway. But with me, with the Middle College curriculum, they again want to learn and see themselves as valuable and viable human beings in this society. I am a contributing member to this society and citizen to our community because of Middle College High School. Please don't allow another closure like this one. Take the responsibility and vote to amend. Thank you.
Thank you. Rosalind Shield, Alexa Ray Burke, and Rocolio Rigor. Rosalind Shield. Shay.
Hi, I'm Rosalind Shea, and I cede my time to Michael Renaissance Moynihan.
Throughout my adolescence, I was in and out of juvenile as a result of my participation in gangs, which included drug and alcohol addiction, being a dropout from high school. If it would not have been for the High Point branch of the Middle College program, I perhaps would not be standing before you today. At that time that I sobered up and left the gang, I was fortunate enough to be admitted into the program where I met Alonzo, who instantly became like an older brother to me. I never felt like, and in fact, never really fit in at the traditional high schools. However, I was welcomed in with open arms and caring arms. Alonzo instantly took a liking to me and told me that the beginning of my story reminded him of Malcolm X, a person I'd heard of but really had no idea about. He gave me his copy of Malcolm X's autobiography and suggested that I read it. I did, and it changed my life forever. Until that moment, I never really believed that school or college was for me. But here was this man, a terrific gangster and hustler from the early 20th century who pretty much taught himself everything and earned a few degrees while he was locked up in prison. And in addition to that story, I had a person who was supportive and truly believed in me and likened me into this incredible man. And so I also began to believe that I could make a positive difference in the lives of the people that were around me. I just left an awards ceremony at the University of Washington History Department, and I was granted a leadership award for applying history and structural analysis coupled with research to make positive and effective changes in institutions and people's lives. None of this would have ever been possible without my going to Middle College all those years ago. There is something very special and unique about the pedagogy of Middle College. First, in my own experience, which has been confirmed by countless other testimonies, the teachers there really care and are capable of investing the time with each student to express and make sure that it is felt that they care. Second, my experience with the standard education was that I was told that I have the First Amendment right of free speech, but no one ever taught me how to use it. At Middle College, I learned how and why to use my voice. More importantly, I learned how to be a conscious and active citizen in the United States. This is a manner of teaching and a subject of lessons that we have as a society and we cannot afford to lose, not if we desire to continue to evolve as an efficient and effective population. Please vote to amend.
Thank you. Alexa Ray Burke.
Hello, my name is Alexa Ray Marie Burke, and I am here to express support in amending policy number H01, F21, and 2200 in order to authorize board oversight of program or site closure and placement decisions. I am a graduate of Ida B. Wells School, a middle college program at the University of Washington, whose teachers were abruptly put on leave and the program removed from its original social justice, anti-racist, and successful curriculum. This is a program that has been built upon and directly supported by the Office of Minority Affairs for 17 years. Prior to this, another middle college school, High Point, was closed. These schools were wildly successful by all standards. Personally, this educational experience inspired me to continue my education. I'll be receiving my bachelor's of history from SPU. And this fall, I'm off to pursue my master's degree at Aarhus University in Denmark with full scholarship. My passion for education goes beyond personal success or advancement. My peers from Wells are engaged beyond making money. We are artists, we are social workers, we are teachers, we are professors, we are lawyers, we are business owners, we are public service advocates. But you've heard our stories for months, years perhaps. In fact, many of you have expressed a sincere desire to have some say in the closures and displacements. I understand you are heavily limited by the various bureaucratic frameworks which press upon your every decision at every turn. But it is also my belief that if the board had this authority on decisions regarding programs, it is most likely that middle college at High Point would not have been closed, nor Ida B. Wells teachers pushed out, and the curriculum totally ignored as a clear factor in its success. Amend policy number H01, F21, 2200. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Riley Rigor, former teacher at Ida B. Wells. This unilateral top-to-bottom approach to decision-making when closing or disrupting programs that are powerful for the district's underrepresented students of color is at the core of what was become of Wells School at the University of Washington and High Point Middle College. Neither conversation nor a well-meaning assessment was ever brought up with the major stakeholders of Wells School, especially the parents, the students, or the host university, when it was decided that major changes were to be made to the school. At that time, the parents were totally uninformed about what was happened to a school that was flourishing with students actively engaged with education, a school with a solid history of students graduating and pursuing degrees in university. Now it is different. What will become of these students who have decided to leave? Who can they hold accountable for the lost opportunities in all the 18 years that Wells School has collaborated with the university's various departments? For example, just last year, we lost the chance to go to Brazil to share the model of the school when this disruption happened. Students were left off being part of an Arctic study grant designed to co-study with the university's honors program because the science curriculum was abruptly changed. There were great opportunities for students to dialogue with graduate students in education, environmental studies, ethnic studies, international studies, law and arts. All these are gone. All gone because someone decided that online education partnership with a private-based institution was better. And there was no discussion, no talk about transition or eventuality at all. Who is accountable? Indeed. This policy that will allow the school board to look into decisions like this will not only cut unnecessarily costly backtracking and tarnish public relations, it will allow to happen conversation about serving struggling students with a unique opportunity to succeed. Please amend this policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Eloisa Cordona, Robert Femiano, and Sally Soriano.
Good evening. My name is Eloisa Cardona. I cede my time to a former student of the Ida B. Wells Middle College High School.
Hello, my name is Jameel Owens. Early on in high school, I learned that my learning style didn't fit Ballard High School, which had big classrooms and no depth in subject matter. And it really didn't turn me off. It really turned me off. I almost dropped out because I was failing all my classes. At the end of the second year in my high school, my mother pulled me from Ballard High School and I decided to attend the I.W. Wells Middle College at the University of Washington. Attending the middle college was the best decision I made in all of my high school years. It was one of the best opportunities I've been given, and I feel blessed to even attend the middle colleges now they're trying to completely get rid of the school. I felt that the I.W. Wells School gave me the best chance to graduate and go to college. When I attended class, I actually felt interested in what we learned and wanted to go back instead of skipping class or being uninterested. The classes were smaller, giving me less distractions and making me want to participate more in the class discussion. I love both teachers, Mr. Rigor and Ms. Cardella, as the content for both classes had me interested as for both years felt challenging, as either class wasn't a walk in the park. Ms. Cardella helped me a lot with my writing skills and helped me become the good writer today, just like my parents. In my senior year, she helped me decide what college I should attend, and she had me realize, with the position I was in the middle college, with my grades I had a chance to go to the University of Washington or even Evergreen State College in Olympia, something I didn't see possible at the rate I was going at Ballard High School. Mr. Rigor himself, I have to thank for catching my attention when he started teaching us about clean and renewable energy, as that is what my degree will be in when I graduate this fall quarter. If it wasn't for the middle college, I don't know where I would be today, as it helped me mold me into the person I am today. I hope that other kids in the high school have the opportunity to attend middle college, just as I did, to reap the benefits from not only the environment it is set in, but also the people and school itself. We are not the same. We come from different backgrounds and upbringings, so we shouldn't be forced to learn the same way and be spoon-fed only what the school board wants us to learn. Save the middle college, high school, and keep hope alive. Thank you.
Thank you. Sally Soriano, who's I just noticed came in.
Thank you. I would like to thank Directors Patu and Peters for their proposal to give greater school board oversight to program and closure recommendations. Seattle school teachers have often put years of hard work into program development. Then they can be faced with the whim of administrators who make their program disappear. These teachers, students, and parents can be left without recourse. In 2011, I was able to attend an alumni meeting of the I.W. Wells School for Social Justice. 5 former students discussed why they had decided to pursue high school teaching careers. They said soon after they started college, they discovered that in their classroom discussions, from the curriculum they had received at the I.W. Wells School, that allowed them to develop solid critical thinking skills. These critical thinking skills stood out in stark contrast to the lack of skills held by their fellow college classmates. They then realized the importance for all students of the vigorous, meaningful, and transformative public education they had received at the I.W. Wells School. The recent hollowing out of the I.W. Wells School and the closure of Middle College at High Point put underserved students of color and other marginalized students in limbo. I agree wholeheartedly with this board action proposal that the public expects the board to weigh in and exercise oversight on important issues, and we do hold you, the board, accountable. Please grant yourself this important oversight authority, which will only strengthen public education even more. Thank you.
Thank you.